Hello everyone, Eric Leamy here. You are watching yet another episode and video from my secondary YouTube channel and vlog in which I present to all of you. My sentimental thoughts come from my heart and my soul, and my mental oddball shenanigans come from my mind and brain. This is EML77 TV, episode 862. How's everyone doing on this lovely night? Friday the 18th, 2020, 11:17 p.m. And, well, day got a little crazy. My DUA card was suspended, but when I tried to cash money out on the ATM, but that solved that problem. I solved that problem. We're all set. I don't have to worry about calling. It's been reactivated. So, anyways, what I'm going to talk about is the SmackDown. Now, on the last episode, I talked about the rumor it has that Melina has signed a contract coming back to the WWE, if that's the case, if that rumors are true. And the women's division is going to get a huge needed boost, and it will be very interesting to see, I think, because the NWA situation is pretty bad. So I hope to see Melina back in the WWE, and I'm sure they're going to have to do everything. This is going to be a very interesting situation. SmackDown Live, ThunderDome, recap, 205 Live as well. The Dirt Sheet kicks off SmackDown Live. They decide to go after Otis. And Otis arrives, Heavy Machinery, then attack Miz and Morrison. More on that. And then they had a one-on-one match of Grand Metalik and Cesaro. Cesaro picked up the victory. And the Lucha House Party was ejected in the back. But the Lucha House Party are getting their tag team title shots at the Clash of Champions versus Cesaro and Nakamura. Caleb Braxton interviewed Jey Uso about his Samoan Street Fight match, teaming up with Roman Reigns, and his upcoming title match against Roman Reigns as well. Matt Riddle cut a promo about how to know your bro, which is pretty cool. And a moment of bliss with Nikki Cross, and Nikki Cross talking about how she's going to be Bayley for the Women's Championship. Lacey Evans interrupts the whole thing. Her and Nikki Cross brawl, and then they have a matchup. Nikki Cross and Evans had the matchup. Picks up the victory, and then Lacey Evans ran her mouth. Alexa Bliss attacks Lacey Evans and hits Lacey Evans with the sister Abigail and turns into some kind of trance. So something's up there with that poor girl. Anyways, they interview Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks vowed to take the SmackDown Women's Championship away from Bayley, but Bayley again attacks Sasha Banks. All right, and then AJ Styles and Sami Zayn, two of the biggest mouths, fought each other in a matchup, and Sami Zayn and AJ Styles, heck of a matchup. Styles won the matchup. Jeff Hardy came out. He attacked both AJ and Sami and issued a challenge to the two of them. Triple threat ladder match for the Undisputed Intercontinental title. I called it. I said it. I said it on Twitter. I said, Sami, listen, get a ladder. Challenge the two of them, unification match, get a ladder, get both belts hung up, Jeff Hardy knew exactly what he was doing. He was sick of the whole thing. He said, hey, let's end this thing. Let's decide the new champ. Ladder match, triple threat, a Clash of Champions. That match is, I'm sure they'll sign off on that match, definitely. Otis got started with a lot. The Miz and Morrison, those two idiots, the Beavis and Butthead of the WWE, they're trying to do everything they can to get this briefcase off Otis. Really, a lawsuit? Is that really going to help? I mean, dudes, seriously. Seriously, you on crack. You are on freaking crack, Miz. Miz and Morrison. Miz looks like the love child of Fire Marshal Bill and Mr. Ed. That's the Miz for you. I mean, that Miz is a wimp. Miz and Morrison are not men enough to step in the ring against Heavy Machinery, or one of those two clowns are too scared to face Otis. I'll tell you what, you face Otis, you challenge him for the Money in the Bank ladder match. Money in the Bank briefcase. Otis wins the match. He keeps his briefcase. Miz and Morrison, they win the match, they'll have the briefcase. Miz and Morrison, jokers. They're mean to Otis. Well, we'll see what happens. Big E decided to come back to attack Sheamus, and the security guard who set him up against Sheamus. So that's so I figured, and then Adam Pearce asking to lead the Thunderdome. I wouldn't be surprised those two have a one-on-one matchup. And then that lovely mystery woman a vignette tease again. People are saying it's a new version of Carmella. We'll never know for sure. Could be. And then you got the Samoan Street Fight. It would be Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso versus Corbin and Sheamus. It was a fight to the point where Reigns and Uso picked up the victory, the two hug, but Reigns had this evil look on his face. That's what happens when you hang around with Paul Heyman. He can influence you big time. So, it'll be very interesting. We're going into the final Raw before Clash of Champions. Drew McIntyre and Keith Lee are going to have their rematch thanks to those idiots from Retribution for interfering in the match. So we'll probably have that matchup. 205 Live, Nigel McGuinness has returned to 205 Live. I need the addition of the return of Nigel McGuinness has made him and Vic Joseph. They did NXT UK. Now they're doing 205 Live is just awesome. Arya Daivari had a Daivari Dinero challenge at 10,000 of his money to the man who can beat him in a match. Eli Knight was the first one to try it. Daivari beat him. Bobby Flacco was the second one. Daivari beat him. Jason Cade was the third guy. Daivari beat him. And then he had Tony Nese versus Danny Burch in a matchup. Daivari was on commentary. Daivari got involved. Danny Burch picked up the victory. Now, that is all that happened on SmackDown and 205 Live. Junket. Press junket. Yes, sir. Now, here's the funny part about this whole thing, this whole situation. Check this out for a minute, all right? There is a 2K Battlegrounds where the Undertaker's wife and one of their daughters played the game. And the Undertaker is the first time the Undertaker's done a commercial outside his character, which is huge. And this is a huge thing, and I like to have fun. Rematch. Love the Undertaker, man. He's the man. He's really, really cool. He's super cool doing that. I figured he's retired. He doesn't have to be the Undertaker all the time. He can just relax, be himself, and have a little bit of fun. And I tried the game today. I was called the Eliminator. Can't wait for you to meet my character. It's going to be really cool. He fought the Undertaker in an exhibition match. Undertaker beat him. That's right. He beat my Eliminator. Sad tales, man. Sad tales. Anyways, so let's go back to the Melina story. If the rumors are true that Melina is coming back to the WWE, okay? You put her on SmackDown. You get Alexa Bliss. Her and Alexa Bliss could have an excellent matchup. Nikki Cross, her versus Nikki Cross. Her versus Sasha Banks. Her versus Bayley. Lacey Evans, virtually about anybody. What about the new Carmella, new and improved Carmella, or even Dana Brooke? Dana Brooke's still Beth Phoenix-like, so Melina knows how to handle somebody like Beth Phoenix, so why not? Let's see. You put her on Raw. Obviously, we want to see Melina versus Asuka. There's no doubt in my mind. Melina and Mickey can renew a rivalry, or they can join forces and go after the tag team titles. Melina versus Nia Jax, though? I don't know about that. Melina, we know Shayna Baszler can kill any woman on the planet, so I think Melina should steer clear of Shayna Baszler. Either member of the Riot Squad, Liv Morgan, or Ruby Riott, that would be a heck of a matchup. But I think a lot of people want to see Melina versus Asuka. There's no doubt about it. And the reason why, I think it is a good reason why, like I said before, no Becky Lynch, maternity leave. No Charlotte Flair, arm injury. There's two of your best right there, gone. You got to pick up. You got to have a boost. You got to give a boost to the women's division. Melina could be that boost. We never know. Also, she can be there to help out the younger talent. Imagine her on NXT though. I can see her versus Io Shirai. That would be my dream matchup. Melina versus Io Shirai. Too bad Kairi Sane retired from the WWE, because Kairi Sane would have been, I know Melina and Kairi teamed up when Stardom was coming to the U.S. and Melina was part of that whole thing, and she teamed up with Kairi Sane or Kairi Hojo in a matchup as well. So that was huge. But, I think Melina and Mia Yim would face off before in the independent scene, get an opportunity here. Melina against some of the young ladies in NXT will be very, very good. It'll be very interesting to see what happens on when she comes. They say in less than a week she may return to WWE programming. Will this coming a week from Sunday be market return? I can see the setup now. Now you have Zelina Vega. Could be working a storyline here. Now Zelina Vega could be done managing, and she can wrestle. I'm sure she can. She's a former Knockouts Tag Team Champion. But here's the crazy part. She's done managing Andrade and Angel Garza. Could it be that Zelina Vega could say, "I'll manage somebody in the women's division"? Or here's the deal: Zelina Vega. Let's just say Zelina Vega and Asuka go 1-on-1 in a matchup. Asuka beats her. Asuka said, "Is there anybody else ready for me?" Clash of Champions. Let's say Asuka says, "I'll challenge." Asuka comes out for Clash of Champions. I'll challenge any woman out there. No one's ready for me. Melina's music hits. She's back. That's what I'm calling. I'm calling it right now. Clash of Champions. Asuka has an open contract. And that's where you're going to see Melina return. That's what I'm calling it right now. Melina returning at Clash of Champions to face Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. The only way Asuka can get beat if there's somebody that Asuka's never faced before and she does not expect it. And if that's the case, I hope Melina would be ready for Asuka. That's all. I'm going to call that right now. I'm calling it right now. So, well, I got to get out of here. I look pretty grody. A lot of situations have been happening. A lot of crazy things have been happening. And look at my hair. It's out of control. I got to go take a shower. I got to get laundry done because of the whole thing. And check out my friend Thomas Willis on his Twitch. We did an episode. I spoke a little on there. And I want to see what happens next. So I'm going to... It's been quite the week, that's for sure. So, bearing that in mind, my friend, we are going to do this. All right? We're going to do this, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. All right? See you guys later. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys on the next episode, 863. Once we do Get These Thumbs, do a little WWE Battlegrounds, we'll see. All right, I'll see you guys later. You guys have a good night, and God bless. Peace.